Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello my dear students, welcome back to First Commerce Business Studies online classes. Dear students, now we are able to say the meaning of business. Let's start the first chapter in our business studies syllabus, that is business, trade and commerce. For easy understanding purpose, this whole chapter is divided into two parts, as the first part is history of trade and commerce and the second part is nature and concept of business. Before going to study of the concept of business and the concept of nature and the concept of business, we need to understand the concept of history and commerce, the basic history of trade and commerce. There was a time when there was no commerce at all, but now the development of commerce has brought the whole world together. One country's development, one country's improvement depends on its trade and commerce. Now the concept of trade and commerce taking more important role in the development of whole country. Let's discuss the first part, history of trade and commerce, along with the meaning of business. Hello my dear students, welcome to my presentation on history of trade and commerce. Myself Bharati Bhatt, lecturer in commerce. Let's begin. Now we know the meaning of business. Business is a major economic activity concerned with the production and sale of goods and services required by people. The main purpose of every business is to earn money by meeting people's demand for goods and services. Commerce has evolved over the centuries from a simple trade of goods and services for other goods or services to the complex buying, selling and trading that occurs online every day. Commerce has greatly changed over the centuries, and now it's a major part of all countries. Commerce as a stream of education can be defined as the study of trade and business activities such as exchange of goods and services from producer to final consumer. Commerce involves all activities that aid in promoting the exchange of goods and services from manufacturer to the last consumer. Trade is including buying and selling of different goods and services. It is referred to as a basic economic activity that involves buying and selling of different goods and services between two or more parties involved in the transaction. The economic development of a country is measured by the development of commerce and industry. The development of business activities in India has been going with the changes in civilization. Evolution of business, development of commerce and industry. Evolution of business activities has been started with the introduction of barter system. Barter system is a system of exchange of goods for goods. The earlier system of producing or purchasing only for one's needs gave way to barter system. With the increase in demand for more and more goods and surpluses in one's own production, there was a search for those system who wants to exchange goods for goods. Some of the families started producing more than their needs. With the increase in demand, more and more goods, surpluses in one's own production, there was a search for goods. there was a search for those who wanted to exchange goods for goods. So, some of the families started producing more than their needs. The surpluses were exchanged with those goods which they needed. At later stage, some places were fixed where people used to come for exchanging their surplus product with others. The payment for using the services of other people also in kind. After few years, people started setting at a particular places and began to sow seeds and rearing cattle on land which they started with the community. With the advent of private ownership of land and cattle, the tribe system split into families and some people started concentrating on occupations, finding occupation, and some show interest in agriculture. A network of roads merging into the Silk Route helped in establishing commercial and political contacts with foreign kingdoms. The maritime routes linked the east and west by sea and used for the trade of spices and known as spice routes. Trade and commerce have played an important role in making India to be major actor in the economic world in ancient times. Commercial cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were founded and the civilization helped to establish connections and traded in gold, silver, copper, etc. There were different types of coins and weighing practices which used to vary from places to place. Indigenous banking system. Indigenous bankers. In ancient banking system in India, the system of indigenous banking in India dates back to ancient times until the middle of 19th century. The indigenous financial agencies constituted the bulk of the Indian financial system. They provided credit not only to the traders and producers but also to the governments of that day. The advent of British had an adverse effect or adverse impact on their business. They played a very important role in lending money and financing domestic trade and foreign trade with a currency and letter of credit. Rise of intermediaries. Financial securities to the manufacturers. Intermediaries comprises brokers, agents, distributor of goods, emergence of credit transactions, and the availability of loans. And the availability of loans and advances increased commercial operations. Indigenous banking system helped for the expansion of the business. They act as a brokers, agents, and distributor of goods. Mainly they are helping to the manufacturer by providing credit facilities to them. The next concept is transport. The major transport by land and water was popular in ancient time. Trade was maintained by both by land and sea. Roads as a means of communication has assumed key importance in the entire process of growth, particularly of the inland trade and for trade over land. Maritime trade was another important branch of global trade network. Malabar coast and on which Muziris is situated has a long history of international maritime trade going back to the era of Roman Empire. Pepper was particularly valued in the Roman Empire, known as black gold. For centuries, it remained the reason for rivalry and conflict between various empires and trade powers to dominate the route for this trade. It was in the search of America by Columbus in closing years of 15th century and also brought Vasco da Gama to the shore of Malabar in 1948. Maritime was another important branch of global trade network. Trading communities. The different parts of the country were dominated by different communities dominated trade. Punjabi and Multani merchants handled business in northern region while the Bhatts managed trade in the states of Gujarat and Rajasthan. In western India, these groups were called as Mahajanas. And merchant corporations. The merchant community, which were the autonomous corporations, formed to protect the interest of traders. These corporations are organized on formal basis. They framed their own rules of membership and professional code of conduct. The major trade centers are, there were all kinds of towns. Port towns, manufacturing towns, mercantile towns, the sacred centers and pilgrimage towns. The following were the leading trade centers in ancient India. The first one is Pataliputra, known as Patna today. It was not only a commercial town but also a major center for export of stones. The next one is Peshawar. It was an important exporting center for wool and for the import of horses. In Takshila, it served as a major center on the important land route between India and Central Asia. The city occupied an important place as Buddhist center for learning. The famous Takshila University flourished here. Indraprastha. It was the commercial junction on the Royal Road where most routes leading to the east, west, south and north. Mathura. It was an emporium of trade and people here subsisted on commerce. Many routes from South India touched Mathura and Broch. Varanasi. It grew as a major center of textile industry and became famous for beautiful gold silk cloth and sandalwood workmanship. Next one is Mithila. The traders of Mithila crossed the seas by boats through the Bay of Bengal to the South China Sea and traded at ports on the islands of Java and Sumatra. Mithila established trading colonies in South China. Ujjain. Agate, carnelian, muslin and mallow clothes were exported from Ujjain to different centers. And it also had trade relations through the land route with Takshila and Peshawar. Surat. It was the emporium of western trade during the Mughal period. Textile of Surat were famous for their gold borders, that is zari, saris. Kanchi, today known as Kanchipuram, it was here that the Chinese used to come in foreign ships to purchase pearl, glass and rare stones, and in return they sold gold and silk. Madura. It was the capital of the Pandyas who controlled the pearl fisheries of the Gulf of Mannar. It attracted foreign merchants, particularly Romans, for carrying out overseas trade. The next one is Broch. It was the greatest seat of commerce in western India. It was situated on the banks of river Narmada and was linked with all important marts by roadways. And the next one is Kaveri Patna, also known as Kaveri Patnam. It was scientific in its construction as a city and provided loading, unloading and strong facilities of merchandise. Foreign traders had their headquarters in the city. It was a convenient place for trade with Malaysia, Indonesia, China and the Far East. It was a center of trade for perfumes, cosmetics, silk, wool, cotton, corals, pearls, etc. And the last one is Tamralipti. It was one of the greatest ports connected both by sea and land with the west and far east. It was linked by road to Banaras and Takshila. Major imports: spices,
Spices, wheat, sugar, indigo, sesame oil, cotton, parrot, live animals and animal products, etc. comes under the major exports. And imports, horses, animal products, Chinese silk, flax and linen were considered as major imports. India begins to reindustrialize. After independence, India went for centralized planning. In 1952, the first five-year plan was implemented and importance was given to establishment of modern industries, modern technological and scientific institutes, space and nuclear programs. However, the Indian economy could not develop at a rapid pace due to lack of capital information, rise in population, huge expenditure on defense and inadequate expenditure. Thus, India relied heavily on borrowing from foreign sources and finally agreed to economic liberalization in 1991. In 1991, economic reforms was introduced, that is a system of LPG, liberalization, privatization and globalization. Today, Indian economy is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. The recent initiative of the Government of India, such as Make in India, Skill India, Digital India, is expected to help the economy in terms of export and imports and trade balance. Thank you.
Dear student, I hope all of you understood the concept of history of trade and commerce. Now, just take down the assignment question, give the meaning of trade. Thank you for watching this video.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.